you so much, Madam Florence. Ines, please go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that I've been invited to share my story, and this story stemmed from something that happened about 3 years ago, right? When I allowed myself to be under the pressure that we give ourselves as women, and as women, we tell ourselves that, oh, there's a limitation upon me because I cannot do this because I am not yet married. And we allow these things to limit us to become the best of who we are. And I allowed that, and I was almost getting married. I canceled the wedding 7 days to the event. Of course, I have just, I think, few minutes to share, and I have detailed the story in a book that is titled Rescued by Love, Why I Canceled My Wedding. And I'm sure I'll not be able to touch everything, but I'll just share on the ones that I know applies to us. So first of all, I'm going to be speaking to 3 set of people. I'm aware that there are married people on this call, people that are married, and they are wondering, okay, so what am I going to learn from this girl's story? So every child does not settle for who to marry by accident. It's as a result of how he or she has been raised. And so as women, as parents, as mothers, and as intending mothers to be, we have to be intentional about how we raise our children and the limitations that we set on them because of their gender and their roles, right? So one of the things I grew up with was the fact that I was, my parents, they were amazing up until a certain time when I lost my relationship with my dad. My dad was super amazing. I used to say he was my role model up until then. I won't tell you what happened, but in short, the house became extremely toxic. It became extremely abusive, and that kind of shaped my mindset. That in chapter 3 of my book, Rescued by Love, Why I Canceled My Wedding, I titled that chapter 3, I Found Love and I Didn't Recognize It. Because if we want to change the nation, even the leaders, the leaders that we expect to set the policies, they are to be raised and nurtured in a home. And so the leadership, their definition of leadership should be for service. I define greatness as service as the pathway to greatness. I usually say that we all become great by unleashing this greatness by love. And that love is unconditional. And so if our definition of leadership is not service, then it's already shaping us to, we are setting a pace that when we go outside of our homes, into our schools, our leadership roles, and wherever we have opportunity to serve, right? It changes our mindset, and we are not able to set the pace. We are not able to role model the leadership we want to see in Nigeria. Joe Biden, I don't know how he was raised, but at least I know that, he has the first female vice president in the United States of America, by Kamala Harris. So he's someone that has embraced gender equality and gender and diversity and inclusion. And I recently saw that he also appointed, a female leader in the country, and that's what we desire for Nigeria, right? However, if we do not start this in a home, this will not apply. So I was almost getting married to a man that believed that I was subservient to him. And one of the things that was a red flag that I should have paid attention to was when he said I needed to resign after getting married. Now, there are some women that believe that, oh, when I'm getting married, I should resign and focus on my family full time. Yes, and I have that belief they are better than me or I'm better than them. No, the most important thing is actually marrying. I usually say marry your grace, by saying that if you believe that a woman is meant to be Sorry, I'm trying to. If you believe that a woman is meant to be in the other room, as one of our leaders said, then marry a woman that believes in the same thing, one that is chasing her career. I was on a TV station this morning to speak on marry your craze. It's supposed to be only mothers. There's no crime in that. Marry a man, or you as a man, marry a woman that has the same belief, right? And so I was almost marrying a man that believed that I have to shut down my life for him. I have to take all my identity for him. It was extremely abusive to the point that, one of the things I mentioned in the relationship was, let's get a cleaner to come and clean the house. And he said, no, when you get married, you're going to resign and you're going to be doing this full time. And I saw all those red flags, but I ignored it. So this afternoon, I would just say to people that we as mothers, as intending mothers, as leaders, whatever state we are responsible for breaking the bias. We are responsible for this, shattering the glass ceiling. We are responsible for, stopping every stereotype that says, a woman is limited by anything that has nothing to do with our gender orientation, our sexual orientation, right? And so I had to be educated, I had to be empowered to become the woman I am today. And I'm an author of 3 books today. My second book is From Lemon to Lemonade, How to Use Your Pain to Unleash Your Greatness. A lot of women have canceled their wedding. I don't know, I canceled mine 7 days to the event. Some have canceled maybe a month to the event, but they allowed their past or their pain to limit them. And I wrote my second book from a place of empowering people and educating people that, see, abuse is common to man, pain is common to man. However, we have to take responsibility for our lives to say, I'm not going to allow anyone or anything or any pain or any adversity set a limit on my life. Today, I'm invited to speak on global platform. I'm invited to speak on several platforms because I have used my pain to unleash my greatness. And I challenge you that you should not allow the title misses to limit what you can do. A lot of people say, I'm not going to start fulfilling my dreams until I'm married. What is stopping you? Why should a title limit you? Because what I know from my experience and from what I've seen, I have been privileged to serve leaders that are married and unmarried. The only difference is that when you are with a married person, when you're with a supportive spouse, right, it should enhance your self-actualization. It should actually enhance who you are. It should help you to become the best of who you are and not shut down who you are. So today, I'll just say to everyone listening and everyone that cares to listen that wherever you are, wherever you are, whatever title you have, as unmarried, if you are unmarried, right, ensure that you maximize your single season. Be the best of you, that when someone is coming, the person is saying, I'm definitely saying yes to this woman, or I'm saying yes to a man that would, catalyze what I'm doing. You have to be sure that this is going to, make me to be a better version of me and not reduce who I am. So I'll just hand over back to Madam Regina. If anyone asks questions, I would like to take questions, at this time. I do best with questions than just speaking. So if there's any question, you can please use the chat box and I'll just stop speaking here. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing. I told you that the people we have brought into it as speakers are highly experienced, talented, and are here to inspire you. Now, some drawback from what Greatness has talked about. She has talked about mostly about, we brought her here because of the youth. We brought her here because of the youth. And I hope youth are going to learn from this. It is not compulsory you must be a Mrs. We know that we have cultural bias in Africa, that you must get married. You must answer the name Mrs. It is important you marry right for you to be able to fulfill your destiny. She said that allow your pains, that you should not allow your pains to limit you. She also had barriers. She never allowed her barriers to limit her. Instead, it has made her an author of 3 books. So she has encouraged us to use our pain to enrich our greatness. I had to write that down when I heard it. Very powerful. Use your pain to enrich your greatness. It is so amazing. So I tell all the young people that today, incidentally, we're talking about with some of my women friends about the recent trend in Africa where women, because they don't want people to say, oh, you are a divorcee or you're not married, they find themselves in abusive marriages and relationships. You see a woman who use her money, rent the house, feed the man, bear the children, and the man is still abusing her. Why? Because she has not put a price tag on herself. She doesn't even value herself. If you look at the Bible, God made us as helpmate. We are not to be man. The man is supposed to take care of the home. By the time a woman decides that they want to take the place of a man, trouble comes in, because the man will relax and wouldn't want to earn. And that is why you see in a lot of homes, women are now the breadwinners. The man just relaxes and take this money and get other women, because we are not patient. We are pressured by our culture, by our society, to remain in abusive marriages or to be Mrs. compulsorily. So thank you again, greatness. Thank you again. If you have any question, please put those in the chat box, and she is here to answer your questions. Okay, if you'd like to get Greatness book, here's the link. Okay, fantastic. She has dropped the link to our book. Fantastic.